Hi guys, it's Jagster, and welcome to today's video where we will be looking at r/accidentalally. This subreddit is basically making fun of people who failed at being transphobic or homophobic, or yeah, I could have just read the description right here. Hateful people being kind by accident towards LGBTQ plus people, accidentally supporting/affirming/being good to them through ignorance or otherwise. So, let's begin our journey. When someone uses your correct pronouns, self-aware wolves, do you read what you write before you post it? I'm confused. So they, them, their in the English language are pronouns used to indicate plurality, which are not gender specific. So if a non-binary person is wanting to use this because they don't want to be male or female, they are saying they are multiple people, hence the use of plural pronouns. It would make more sense for them to create their own pronoun rather than trying to change the meaning of the language. Yes, non-binary people are a bunch of bees in a trench coat. It's pretty easy to remember. That's why they go by NBs. Because they are entirely made of bees. Okay, moving on. I found this on r/facepalm. It's adorable. Good job at making a mascot to represent how bad the LGBT is. OMG, y'all, I need to share something. So yesterday we had an election in Spain, right? Well, the left won by a lot and the fascists are super pissed. And they have created a mascot to try to represent how bad the LGBT is. And it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, someone make this into a pin, please. I want it. Got this DM a few minutes ago. I'm a trans man. You'll never be a woman. Thanks. Wow, you're only a month and 11 days old on Reddit, and you straight up just go hating on people? Even more accidentally right than normal. Gender cynical. I've never heard of that subreddit before. TERF proceeds to be extremely smug after clocking a trans man as a trans woman. When you just want to relax but get TIM'd instead. I don't know what that means. Okay. I settled into bed with my Kindle and decided to watch something on Prime Video. I felt like watching something sweet. Feel good, heartwarming, you know? I decided on Stormboy. The main character's granddaughter came into the scene and I clocked him immediately. Like, within seconds my brain was screaming, "That's not a girl." A quick Google search and sure enough, a TIM I googled Morgana Davies. And the first result, Morgan Davies came out as trans in 2020. I could tell immediately on a 12-inch screen, and they honestly think they're parsing out in the real world. Also, this means some female teenage actress lost a leading role to effing TIM. Okay. I think what they're trying to say is, so basically before this person transitioned into a male, they recorded this show, and this person found out that they were trans, but they assumed they were a trans woman, not a trans man, or transitioning to become a woman instead of. Okay. When inverse relationships are confusing. That's why it's block quoted bub, and yes, they have, considering they have been used to treat precocious puberty for 40 years. Source blank blah 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 blah. I'm using the exact same website as you, and I found that the studies say it is in fact dangerous and will have an effect on the mental well-being of people who change their, as in look over their, gender. There is a significant inverse association between treatment and pubertal suppression during adolescence and lifetime suicidal ideation among transgender adults who ever wanted this treatment. These results align with past literature suggesting that pubertal suppression for transgender adolescents who want this treatment is associated with favorable mental health outcomes. NCBI. My guy, an inverse relationship means that when you change one variable, the other goes down in response. This paper shows that kids treated with, god damn, I hate that word, pubertal suppression has significantly lower risk of suicidal ideation. It literally says it right there that it is associated with favorable mental health outcomes. But thanks for finding more evidence to support medical care for trans kids. Okay. I'm assuming this is talking about like hormone suppressing things. Hormone suppressors and that puberty blockers, they don't do anything except suppress they stop you from going through puberty, but when you stop taking them, you will go through puberty. That's how it works. Yes, I can confidently say that I am 100% sure because I fought a bunch of people on the internet over this and they're like, that's not true. Yes, it is. It just stops puberty until you stop taking the medication. That's it. Very simple. Same thing as earlier with the little ghosty. Another ghosty. Let's try the pronouns idiots. So I made a new pronoun just like they do. Oh, that's so good. If my son came out as transgender, I wouldn't have a son. Good job, sir. Liberals, conservatives, finally something we can agree on. Them darn trans people again. CW transphobia. In my view, the transgender lobby has taken over from common sense. I strongly believe that a transgender man can never be a woman. He might think he can be, but in reality, it just isn't possible. Okay. When transphobes make you question your identity. Funny story. Yesterday I got a haircut and I went from bird's nest to very short hair. An elderly guy went up to me and called me a... Teesler, and that I will never be a man. So I told him that I am indeed a cis man. Later that day and tonight I am here thinking, maybe I wasn't meant to be a man in the first place. So shout out to that old transphobe who indirectly made me question myself about my gender. I agree, trans men are men and shouldn't be in women's spaces. Thanks. No, do not allow trans men in women's bathrooms or showers. Too many girls have been assaulted already. Trans men and trans women aren't trans just to get into your bathrooms or public spaces for that specific gender. They are trans because that is what they are on the inside. They're just changing the outside to be like the inside. I don't know. I don't get how some people don't understand it. It's a very simple thing. But then again, there are people on this planet who think the earth is flat, so. And there are people who think it's round when it's obviously the shape of a Honda Civic 2014. I don't know if that's actually a car. It's the shape of a dinosaur. Prove me wrong. again, this is not spreading misinformation. The Earth is probably 100% round, kind of not really 100% round, but like, you know what I mean. It's in the shape of a globe. It is a ball that rotates and spins through space. I can say that confidently. Yes. I will throw it right back since you're never satisfied with my answer. Define what a woman is without excluding infertile and or intersex and or other minority group women while still somehow excluding trans men. Adult human female. Define female. www.merriam-webster.com dictionary female. That includes trans women having a gender identity that is the opposite of male. Well, yeah, the opposite of male, but like not in between female and male either, you know? Being feminine doesn't make you a girl. You just following the gender roles society has imposed, which they say being masculine make you a guy and feminine a girl. All animal species have female and male, so wearing a skirt, a wig, and some makeup doesn't make you a woman. That was stupid. Is homosexuality when you're attracted to chromosomes, Duncan? Why do all these young girls come so hard for gay men, desperate to be us, but clear hatred towards us because they'll never be us? You're saying you couldn't possibly be attracted to me because you perceive me as a female. Even if you had a boy parts, I would never be attracted to you. I'm sure there's someone who could be attracted to you, but demanding all gay men to be open to dating you is peak narcissism. Gay me are not attracted to females. If you're biologically female, gay men won't be attracted to you. Gay men are attracted to those of the same sex. That really should be obvious in 2022. And you are all stupid. I think. I like this answer right here. Is homosexuality when you're attracted to chromosomes? But, to be fair, chromosomes don't really mean anything. A long time ago, I was doing my daily research through the web, because that's all I ever do. And there was this lady, I don't know what the specific name is, but it's like a scientist that works with like chromosomes and stuff. They're like super cool and like, yeah. So basically, so the determination of the sex comes from the non-pregnant partner, usually. So, thing is, XX chromosomes usually mean you are a woman at birth. However, the X chromosome can pick up one of the parts of the Y chromosome. I don't remember the specific name, but that's what makes the baby come out a guy. So, so you could have XY chromosomes and be born as a female, and you could have XX chromosomes and be born as a man, and you could have XXY and X something Y blah blah blah. It's super confusing, and there's so much to it. Genes are insane, and yeah, it's too deep a conversation for now, but there are a lot of different combinations. This person asks an intrusive and creepy question to somebody stating that they use they/them pronouns to make their point and correctly genders them in the following reply. Do you have a Do you have a PP? Mate, you are incredibly effing weird. They never replied because they don't want to be to face the fact that it's impossible to be neither a he or she. No, they choose not to give you an answer because the question is intrusive and they don't need to tell you whether or not they have a... Also, I like the fact that you literally respected their pronouns while saying they can't be anything but a he or she. Absolute dip. Don't ask people what's in their pants, please. It's incredibly weird, and there's like a 600% chance that they give you some really dumb answer, like, oh, I have some coins in my pocket. This isn't even funny. Why am I laughing? Okay. So, trans women are women. Trans women be like, chair, table. I'm a wooden chair, just like you now. I don't get it. Yes, if you are born as a woman, then you are a woman. A gender identity is something we are born with. Every single person in this thread was brought into this world between the legs of a girl. If you can't do that, then no. You are not a girl, just a boy wearing a dress. Some girls can't give birth through their... I need to come up with words for this. Through their... You know, you guys know where babies come out of. I don't need to explain it. I guess my mom's a boy. If she were born a woman, she is a woman. You're right. Our gender is determined from birth. Thank you for being a trans ally. Yeah, no, this is a dumb thing, because you were brought into this world between the legs of a girl. I hope not. I hope you were brought into this world between the legs of an adult. Sometimes a woman. Quite often a woman. And sometimes, actually way more common, I think, I don't know the statistics, but I think it's like 1 in 3 women have to get a C-section or something. Or like, I don't know. But this person was obviously not born out of this word right here, but apparently they were born out of the butthole because they're full of shite. You're welcome. Me trans. Finally the train came out of the closet. Sex does not equal gender, correct. Straight men tend to want females. It's not transphobic to only want to date females. Do you know that sex and gender are not the same, moron? Oh, I have to read this. My uncle talks about cis rights. My uncle and I were talking about trans rights. We are both cis. I was advocating for it, and he was doing the whole, things are fine the way they are routine. My uncle isn't super educated, so he said, you allies are so exhausting sometimes with your trans right and cis rights. I don't even know what cisgender is, but by the looks of it, they really seem to be pushing their agenda. And I just say, yes, uncle. Yes, they are. For those of you who don't know, cisgender means you identify as the sex you were born with. I don't know what the exact translation of the word cis is, but it's probably something like same. Elliot Page isn't a transgender. He's a man. I guess Elliot Page isn't trans. I don't consider Elliot Page a transgender. Transgender is not a noun. It's not a verb. It's an adjective. He is a straight white male for me. Are you dumb or something? Definitely not as you. At least I'm smart enough to know the difference between sexuality and gender. I'm very confused. but looking good, man. Okay. Ooh. Someone's saying that trans people should be helped and accepted in the same way as schizophrenic people. Gender dysphoria. Trans people should be helped and accepted the same way we help and accept schizophrenic people. Yes, because gender dysphoria is it's a mental issue. It's like, yes, it's all in your head. Kind of, but not really. But yes, but no. Okay, so gender dysphoria is basically the feeling of disconnection from your body, or as if you don't match your ideal gendered body. So, it's not like body dysmorphia. It's not the same. Body dysmorphia is when you have body image issues unrelated to gender. Gender dysphoria is when you look in the mirror and you see your body is not the right gender, it physically hurts. And the one way to cure gender dysphoria, one of the only ways, is to transition. For a lot of people, that's what they do. So things that could give gender dysphoria are things like facial hair, breast size, whatever parts down there, the level, like the tone of your voice and the pitch, just your body shape in general, because you may know that if you've ever seen a woman, like a biological woman, you will see the kind of, it goes in at the waist and out at the hips. That can give gender dysphoria. There's height as well that can give dysphoria. Yeah. Moving on. Transphobes. You'll never be a real woman. Me. It still hurts, but less. Found this gem on Facebook. We started a movement, #Pride in the origin of the rainbow. Get your shirt and send me your pic and make the rainbow godly again. Why does it say thank Jesus for the rainbow? Okay, what I don't understand about Christians is sometimes they worship Jesus as if he were God, but at other time, like, I don't understand. Did Jesus create things? Or was that God? And secondly, the rainbow, it doesn't come from God. It comes from a lot of science. It's called, I think it's refraction of light. When the water in the air, or like, you can do this with a prism, it like splits the white light into like different colors. It's super cool. I did an experiment in the 4th grade. Still remember that. It's so cool. Not the most ally-ish, but I found it funny. F the gays, I'm proud to be homophobic. What an interesting choice of words. Bikers for Trump. Okay. Bikers for Biden. Okay. I think this is stupid and probably wrong, but you know what? We're gonna... That's a lot of bikers. Is there like a biker kind of rally thing? I don't know. I want a bike like this. I have one in GTA. It's pretty cool. It's almost as if gender cannot be determined by your genitalia. It's called I don't believe in mutilation just so you can believe you're what you are. That's the wrong you're, whatever gender you want to be, even though you are no closer to that gender than you want to be than you were before the mutilation. It's not mutilation. Listen, when a woman gets a breast reduction, no one seems to freak out. When a woman gets a breast augmentation, no one freaks out. So why do people freak out when people just want to get rid of some... I was gonna say a word, but I don't know if it's YouTube approved. So, what if people... It's okay if people just don't want to carry, like, freaking weights on their chest or anything. Like, breasts are heavy. Frantic hand explanation. Deconstruct conservative talking points with me, when suddenly no one can identify what an adult female human being. Oxford Dictionary. Cool, what's a female? Denoting the sex that can bear offspring or produce eggs. I guess that means that trans men who transition before their puberty are biologically male too. Accidental affirmation IG. Yeah, no, that is a really bad way of putting it. Because not only are some biological women born without... I don't know if biological woman is the right term. People who are AFAB, assigned female at birth, not all of them will have ovaries. And let alone be able to bear offspring. Just because someone is a woman, in quotation marks, doesn't mean they can have children. It does not mean that they have eggs. It does not mean anything. Some women are just born with nothing in there. They don't have a uterus, they don't have all that stuff. More frantic hand waving. He just looks phenomenal. Biden X? I'm sorry, the smile is too much. Loving the hair, though. You should do that. They were being an a-hole in the comments of a wholesome video, so I commented back something. My neopronouns are in my TikTok bio, and I guess they don't have a good argument, so they had to find one by stalking my profile and videos, but bro actually made me feel valid and seen, so thanks, homie. Planet/Planet South. Thanks. We must stop forcing genders on our children. Repost Drew to blurring mistake. Forcing sexually genders and anything else sexual on kids is in fact a sexual child abuse. I also agree about the rainbow needs to take back the rainbow. It belongs to God, the one who created it. No child should have gender forced upon them. Praise Jesus. Exactly. Stop pushing gender ideology onto your kids. Let your kids do whatever. It doesn't matter. As long as they're not hurting anyone. Let them live. Let them play. They're kids. They are kids. Little teensy-weensy humans. And if anything, we should be learning from them. Because children are born without bias. They are born without hate and without judgment. Everything to a child is brand new, and what you say, what you do, influences your children so much. So stop it. This person's shirt with the trans flag on it. Oh no, that was probably on purpose, but I want it. It's the Elliot Page one again. Is it true trans men aren't women and trans women aren't men? God made men and women to be different. Genesis 5:2, Genesis 1:27, Mark 10:6. Men aren't women, women aren't men. The truth sets you free. John 8:32. Alright. So, I've returned. And yes! Welcome to Jagster Reads the Bible. where I read the Bible simply for the purpose of making fun of other people. This is not to hate on anyone's religion, but the use of religious text to hate on someone in any way, shape, or form is bad. Please do not use your religious text to hate on people, and do not hate on people because of their religious text. Simple. Okay, Genesis number 2. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. I kind of want to read a little bit more. We should have a day where I just read through Bible verses. Okay. 127. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. Okay. Still doesn't prove anything. 10:6, was that it? Yep, Mark 10:6. But at the beginning of creation, God made them made male and female. But it says but. Who says he didn't create some later? He made them male and female. Yeah, he never said you couldn't change that. Oh god, this one's gonna hurt. What does it mean to know the truth? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. John 8:32. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but none of that supported their argument in any way, shape, or form. I don't know. Seems kind of sus. Join Satanism today, where you won't be judged for your choices as long as you don't hurt anyone. First time finding one of these in the wild. And interesting. Trans people are not a myth. For example, I am a trans people, and I exist. Tongue sticking out emoticon. Congratulations, you are Oh, they used the right You're pretending to be that because it's trendy and popular, and you get the validation you desperately need. I'm glad you agree that trans people need validation. Thanks for supporting trans people. Interesting. Men are now using tampons. Marjorie Taylor Greene blames trans men for shortage of tampons. That's probably because men are buying tampons. Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene incorrectly stated in an interview about tampon shortage. Oh my gosh. No, this is too good. Just because an AFAB transitions to male does not mean that more tampons will be bought. If anything, less tampons may be bought. But, this is so stupid. It's not trans men's fault for the shortage of tampons. It happens. I don't know why it happens. Same with the baby formula thing. But, if you are for real in a situation where there is a sort of shortage of tampons, there are many other ways to deal with menstruation. Many recommendations for what you could do. Number 1, you could try ordering some online if you really prefer tampons, but there are also pads, menstrual cups, menstrual whatevers. You could get continuous birth control, which would lower your need of tampons and spread out the time between that. Yeah, that's my advice. You're welcome. It's great advice. This person is confused AF, Lamau. Why do you have a voice, man? Aren't you supposed to be trans? You don't even have a female voice. You're weird as F. No, her voice is fine. It's not a boy. He's not a girl biologically, not a woman. I'm so confused. What? Oh, I do play different games, yet none of them are pushing a mental illness at me? Y'all can stay thinking boys are girls and girls are boys. I'll still be out here when reality slaps the piss out of y'all too. Boys can't be girls, and girls can't be boys. I'm glad we can agree on that. Trans people are valid. They are. Okay. Why do people care so much about what trans people are doing in the bathroom as long as they aren't hurting someone else? Who cares? If they would stay out of sports and stay in their respective washrooms, there would be no issue. You want this guy using the women's bathroom, weirdo? I clearly don't. You just proved their point because that guy's trans, female to male. Looking good. I aspire to look like that one day. Well, not exactly like that. That'd be weird. An exact carbon copy. Yeah. Yo, I'm a cis male. If you feel hurt, it's because you never look like that. You will never be a real woman. Thanks. That again. At human being. I am confused by this bleep. If we have to address a person, we have to ask how to address them first, or else they get offended. Yes, absolutely. Unless you are absolutely sure, you should always ask how you should address someone. How you might go up to someone is, for example, hi, my name is Steven. My pronouns are he, him. What about you? And the other person's like, oh, my name's Georgine, and my pronouns are they, them. Oh, wow, look at how simple that was. Boom! By the way, those names were made up. Yeah, I don't know anyone, but even if one of them was Steve Rogers and the other one, what did I say, Georgine? I've never even heard that name. That's a new name. If your name is Georgine, you're cool. That's it. Okay. He thought he said something there. While X chromosome and Y chromosome make what, Clarice? Women, says every actual biologist. Every actual biologist with years of studies in a living, breathing family in the house. Oh no, honey, no. Oh, everything he just said is wrong. Everything. How do you make that many mistakes? Oh, that's too good. No. In your chromosomes, that would most likely make you male. Biologists 100% disagree with you on this, and the fact biology supports trans people. A lot of things do. Science does, because it can be proved. Unlike stupidity, that's completely subjective, apparently. But in this case, I think it's pretty obvious. They do this on purpose. You will never be a woman. Conservative Texas senator accidentally praises gay marriage. Marriage equals one man and one man. Enough of these activist judges. Favorite if you agree. I know the silent majority out there is with us. When Dan Patrick has a Twitter typo, he has one heck of a Twitter typo. Christianist Texas Republican Senator Dan Patrick accidentally praises gay marriage, ruling me. You heard it here first, folks. It's not a marriage unless you marry your homies. One man and one man, that is a marriage. You married a woman and you're a man? Oh, no, absolutely not. You married a woman and you're a woman? Nope, not a marriage. You're non-binary and you married someone? Not a marriage, you're not a man. Sorry for the clunky editing. Some of you are going to keep trusting the government until your pronouns are was/were. I always like that. I saw this post, and it was like this one guy being a complete poo-poo, and someone commented underneath, and instead of someone was being like, oh, you need some ice for that burn, it's like, oh, wow, you just turned his pronouns from he, him to was, were. And that inspires me to this day to be a better person. Even though I'm still a really crappy one. The one hand I think that's supposed to say, on the one hand, governments around the world are being way too LGBTQ plus phobic, and more progressive legislation needs to be passed. On the other hand, based on your profile history and r/conspiracy and repeated predictions of the end of the world and supposed new world order, I doubt that was the intention. If the world ends, I'm gonna start an army. It'll be called the, I don't know yet, the No Names. You're all invited to join me. Meet me at the coordinates of -600, +400. Hold up, scratch that. Meet me at X0, Y0, and Z0. Yes, those are definitely not Minecraft coordinates. I have no idea what you're telling me, what you're talking about, or what. I'm just an ally, cis and straight, but the topic came up through Christianity. It went downhill from here very badly, but this seemed fitting. I mean, I guess, but I know a few trans people who are Christian. Really? Well then, with the help of Jesus, they will finally not be so confused anymore and will be aware of their innate identity. That's beautiful. Yes, Jesus will help them transition and be them to the greatest abilities. Not an accidental ally moment, but reminded me of this sub. Smartest conservative. HRT is incredible. Still not a woman, and no amount of communist propaganda will change that. Communist propaganda? I have the feeling the majority of people on the internet have no idea what communism is. For those of you who do not know, communism is a government system just like democracy or authoritarian or stupidity, or conservatives, or the Rhino Party of Canada, or sorry, if you don't know about the Rhino Party, look it up. Super interesting, super funny. Okay, communists, what they believe as a government system is that people should have everything equally. So everyone gets food, everyone gets housing, everyone gets social services, everyone gets healthcare, everyone gets it. It's great in the books, but in practice, what tends to happen is it becomes an authority. It's tyranny. One person takes over, and everyone is equally poor and starving and dying, which is unfortunate because I really wish it would work in practice, because to me, I feel like everyone deserves equality and equity, and everyone deserves to be able to afford food and housing. Holy. Okay, moving on before I get angry. I feel so validated as a trans mask. You'll never be a real woman. Thank you. Republican's tie looks like the trans flag. Very subtle. Well, he is kind of right about the wrong gender point. Raising domestic to own the libs. Wow. That's so good. Yeah. Woo. Christian Republicans and Taliban fanatics raising children the same way. Isn't there something in the Bible about how no one should kill? How murder is very much a sin, and harming others is a sin, and, you know, isn't it part of the 10 Commandments to, like, not hurt other people, and to love everyone, and... Still better than feeding your kids hormones and telling them they are the wrong gender. Yeah, no, you don't feed your kids hormones, actually. Usually they come in injections or in gels, and I can assure you my parents did not stuff my gender identity down my throat. They were not like, oh yeah, you're totally... Not immediately, because it takes time to adjust, you know? I just realized I just outed myself to the internet. Hi guys, I'm trans. Welcome. Yes, I am a trans guy. Don't hate on me. I'm just living my life. Okay, that was awkward. I wholeheartedly agree in establishing kids as non-binary until they aren't a kid no more. Trans kids shouldn't be a thing. Kids should be kids. I disagree with non-binary parenting. For one reason. It's not that I disagree with it. It's a good idea. It's just... Kids should be able to express themselves however they want. I feel like addressing them by pronouns that are typically associated with their birth sex is appropriate until they tell you otherwise. If a kid says, I want to be a girl, and they were born a guy, well, the parents should have a small discussion with them. No matter what age, it should go like, okay, well, how would you like to move forward about this? Would you like us to call you a different name for now? Or would you like us to use different pronouns for now? Would you like to have some more feminine type clothing? What's kind of your idea around your gender identity? But yes, even without the gender specifications, let your kids be kids. Let them wear dresses, let them wear shorts, let them play with trucks, let them play with dolls. And yes, even guys, let them play in those fake little play kitchen things. Let them play with dolls and, like, because, you know? My not so supportive college had this in their survey form. Gender, option 1. Well, actually, I'm option 2. He who owns the libs. Dear liberals, no matter how hard you try, trans men will never be women and trans women will never be men. Facts over feelings. Exactly, facts over feelings. Trans men will never be women and trans women will never be men. Facts over feelings. I hate when people are like, facts over feelings, and they're obviously wrong. Because it is a fact that, you know what, we're just gonna move on, because I've already told you a billion times. Now, kith. Where's the accidental ally part? So this just happened. That's it? They just kissed without shirts on? Okay. These patriotic pretzels that I found at Walmart. Yeah, I think that's supposed to be red, and isn't the blue supposed to be a lot darker? I don't know, kinda sus. My transphobic dad says I look like a boy. Amazing. So proud of you, not your dad. F you and your unfunny jokes, sissy gay. You can't never be woman, okay? You can't never, does that mean I can be a woman? Yeah, stop using double negatives, please. I feel like we've seen this before. Jesus Christ! Oh, I read it wrong. Christ Jesus instructs, empowers, and guides the husband, protects, provides for the family, fulfills the will of God, wife, children, and household in order, the right order. Jesus remains the lead. This sounds like something kinky about to go down. Satan perverts and undermines the family. Wife allows Satan to access to the children. Disempowers the husband. Household in disorder. The will of God is unfulfilled. The wrong order. Satan becomes the lead. No. Husband and wife should be equal. Equal! Because it's a partnership. Wow, I didn't know that. I need to hear this. I hate this guy. I just realized that there's no sound on. Okay. Desktop audio is on. Yes, I've realized that in past videos you guys have not been hearing the videos. Okay, let's do this.
The pride flag is more unifying for America. It more represents America than the American flag does. The American flag is a symbol of repression and societal racism and bigotry and historical discrimination. The pride flag is something we should all be proud of because, after all, it's who we are.
Finally, he says something smart. That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I hate that man. A lot. This is a clear example as to how Natalie Wine, counterpoint, is so right about this sort of what is a woman. This is exhausting. Because it turns the existence and validity of trans people into something that's up for debate. It's just a stupid BS bad faith conversation that only serves. You aren't a Oh, I was reading that as if that was the bad guy. You aren't a woman! I know, I'm a trans man, I'm a trans man. Yes, I am a trans man. I know I'm a trans man, not a woman. Thanks for noticing. I, middle comment, felt oddly validated by this person's blatant transphobia. I think it's great, inclusive, and should be used more. Thank you, not a woman, but I absolutely love seeing inclusive language being normalized. It's not erasing women or womanhood. It's simply including people like me, trans men, who aren't women, but we are capable of bearing children. Lamau, you guys are men. You can't have babies and periods, you dumb F. Okay. I have multiple things to say about this. Person at the bottom, stupid. Second, inclusive language is good. However, I don't like the terms, specifically for the reason that it's very diminishing in a way. Like, some terms like birthing person reduce people down to their reproductive organs. And I feel like maybe birthing parent is more fair. Or something like that. And also, chest feeding. You're not feeding from your chest, you're feeding from your breast. Yes, men have breasts. Yes, women have breasts. Everyone has breasts. You're feeding from your breast, not your chest. Because otherwise you're some creepy-ass vampire. Okay. Got myself a transphobic ally. A transphobic accidental ally in a game. What an ass. I'm transgender and people like you are a threat to me. Beep beep the Jeep. You will never be a woman. Thank you. That's extremely validating. Has voted. Then what's two? Seriously, I think you should get some help though. Just say it aloud and pop this bubble of pure lunacy. Transgendered men and women, they will never be women. Oh, transgendered men and are not women, they will never be women, no matter what they say at the University of Mentally Insane. And just because a trans person can hashtag never be a woman doesn't mean we hate them, just means they're not women. As a trans man can 100% confirm that I am not a woman. I don't know what gave it away. Maybe, I don't know. The very small mustache I'm growing. It's not very mustache-like. Maybe soon, but not today. Okay, moving on. Wrong emoji there, bud. When my girlfriend lets me... Okay. Hey, at least he supports trans women, maybe. I'm not sure, I'm so lost. Men should not be in charge of women's bodies for this reason. If I was a dictator, I would make it mandatory that the wombs of all women who've had abortions be surgically removed and put into the stomach of trans women and their ovaries as well, because women who've had abortions aren't women anymore. They're the devil. How about this? Women who know they will never want to have a child and don't mind getting that removed, then sure. But, you should never, ever take something like that out of someone's body without their consent, unless you are a doctor and it is a medical emergency. Also, stop forcing people to have children. They're talking about a non-binary teacher telling their students their pronouns. I'm not going to call them by anything like, come here. What? Medical experts want to make sure we all know the definition of genetically born woman. I applaud your progressive stance, but I must ask, will there one day be a FIFA Women's World Cup champions where there are no genetically born women on either team because they're all transgender? What does genetically born woman mean? That's bizarre. An individual with XY chromosomes? Okay. No, because cis women way outnumbers the amount of trans women. And cis women are way more likely to play in women's sports than trans women. For a lot of reasons. But yeah. Also, again, accidentalally. Is this the same? We just read that. Queerphobe mistook the straight pride flag for the trans flag. Dear dead name. What about just capitalism? I know is so prevailed in the LGBT community. Calls for a straight pride parade. My eyes. Question mark. Is it sad through the immortality that it is flown with pride? Too sad the children are caught in this unfortunate mess and nobody can change their gender. Oh! I read this so wrong. I was so confused. Okay. This person... So they're replying to a comment. And then putting that. Okay. Yeah, not cool. Trans women are men and don't belong in safe spaces for men. That's why women fight for women. Oh, it's in a different language. German, I think. I got so confused for a second and I was like, why can't I read? That's what happens when you don't know the language. At least they gendered me correctly when trying to insult me. More images in the comments. Attractions with this person. Orange guy jumped in at the last second. Don't even bother arguing with him. He thinks 10-year-old tomboy... Oh. Don't even bother arguing with him. He thinks 10-year-old tomboyish girls are transgender and should start puberty blockers so they don't develop adult sex characteristics and can't keep pubescent genitals. Yeah, that's why I'm not arguing with him. And just calling him a freak, he's too far gone. Oh! Okay, that one was also supposed to be an insult. Okay. Oh. For context, this was an r/facepalm. Okay. No thanks. Replacement therapy is only available at 16 and older. Yes, that is true. Hormone replacement therapy in many places is not available until you are at least 16 years of age. Some places is 14 years of age with a diagnosis of gender dysphoria and other... It's more complicated, though. At 16, you only need a parental signature and stuff like that, and then it's all good to go. Okay, you usually have to go to 2 gender therapists and then get out on a usually pretty long waiting list, sometimes 1 to 2 years. I was lucky. I got directed directly to someone who gave me the tea. For people who choose to take HRT, the regret rate is low, less than 1%. It's actually very, very low. People who detransition is very, very low, and the people who regret HRT therapy is very, very low too. And has been proven to improve the quality of life for trans people. Surgeries aren't available until the person turns 18. I don't know about other places, but here the waiting list, you can sign up when you're 17-ish, but the waiting list is at least a year or two, so you'll be 19 by the time you get the surgery, most likely. And that's just for top surgery, which is when they scoop out your boobs. That's not actually what they do. Don't quote me on that. You are an NPC and a pedo. Peace. Strange how I've never once had any sort of interest like that in a kid, and how I'm actually tried to help kids stay clear of those kinds of people. The whole trans people or pedos thing is the same old recycled argument that was used against gay people and black people. To be honest, pretty much all of the arguments used against trans people are the same arguments that were used against gay and black people when they were just fighting for their rights. It's the same old repackaged bullpoo. Exactly. Okay. It's embarrassing when homophobes talk about stuff they know nothing about. Sorry. Okay, I'm ready to read. I'm straight and cisgendered, and both of my parents have been present my whole life, but okay. Lol, cisgendered. Okay, sodomite? Is that a kind of rock? Is it like granite? Granite? Granite. Why did I say granite? Granite. Diorite? Okay, now I'm just naming things from Minecraft. Okay, does anyone else see the trans flag colors? Straight pride. It's natural, it worked for thousands of years, and you can make babies. Only sometimes, though, because sometimes women and men, they do not have the proper things needed to create a baby. And babies are terrible. Screaming little babies with poop. A lot of it. And, did you know that your biological footprint when you have a baby goes up so much? It's like, just, if you want to save the environment, don't have children. Also that, but there's a lot more to it, but see, saving the environment is actually a very, very difficult thing because humans are stupid and not ready to make sacrifices. And on top of that, it's a lot more difficult than just shut down all the coal plants and shut down this, make everything nuclear energy. Because if everything, nuclear energy is one of the cleanest ways to create energy. It has very little waste, but the problem is the waste is toxic, very toxic. And on top of that, problems can happen, which is what happened in Chernobyl when the plant, something went wrong in like the nuclear reactor or whatever. But other than that, it's a super clean way to make energy. I feel like nuclear energy mixed with electric dams and wind power, I feel like that'd be great. I feel like we could power the entire world with that. Okay. Well, oh yeah, don't have babies, save the environment. This person has clearly never been in a public space nor a private space, actually. The day they have bathrooms for they-thems is the day I call someone they-them. Well, guess you're calling people they-thems. Yes, more gender-neutral bathrooms. Thank you. I would like to explain why gender-neutral bathrooms should be present in places. I don't mean in the same stall style exactly. I have multiple examples. At my high school, they have like it's kind of like a handicapped bathroom, basically, but like for gender neutral people. And then they also have a handicapped bathroom, but it's like a one room thing. I like that. It's very private. But I also, when I went to a band festival performance thing, they had this thing called a universal bathroom, and I really liked it. It was super clean. It was super nice. I loved it. So basically, there were full doors, kind of, and there was no gaps or anything. You got your own little teensy-weensy like stall room, a little bigger than normal ones. I wasn't too squished, and you're alone in there. And then you walk out of that room, and there's a sink, and you wash your hands, and you can do your hair, and you leave. And I was like, we need more of this, because we don't need that. We do not. We don't. And even better, you can put a little. I know in some guys' bathroom, at least at my middle school, they had like you walk in, there were the stalls to one side, and then if you kept going through, it turned, and then it turned. I'm pretty sure it turned again, and then there were urinals, and you could do that there too for people who would prefer to use urinals. Boom! Mind blowing. Easy. Super easy. And then you don't have to then you don't have to worry. It's all cool. Donald Trump Jr. accidentally acknowledged his gender is a social construct. Your dad is a liberal? Well, happy Mother's Day to him. What? Okay then. Christian nationalism, guns, Trump guess. Immigration moratorium? American history, Holy Bible, Jesus Christ and God himself. America first, anti-war, United flag, I don't know what that one is back there. Is that Mount Rushmore? Everything else, LGBTQ flag, scissors, HRT, VaxParse, vaccine, what's the name? The things they use to grab things, kind of like medical not tonsils, tongs, medical tongs, a woman with a beard, coming soon, baby number 1, something, baby number 2, something, 2 men holding up baby pictures, open borders, Biden gas, build back better. Yes, build back better. I like that. BLM, something, something. The gas prices are not Biden's fault. It is a worldwide problem. Everyone is dealing with this problem. The president does not control the gas prices. Ah! Gas prices are controlled on what's going on in the oil and gas industry. Not sure why, but right now there's an issue. And I think it's related slightly to the Ukraine and the Russia kind of thing. Cannot be 100% sure. Might be. It's like inflation, kind of. When inflation comes along, it's not the president's fault exactly. Right? There's a lot of things that play into all of this. Using he, her for a singular person, how nice. Yeah, but if you're clearly one or the other, I'm not going to say they, them. I'm going to say he/her. Okay. The classic, you will never be a woman. I'm NB. I bet your family effing hates you. You will never be a woman. Thank you for supporting me. Yes. Stop hating on people. Please. Please. Terrible quality and content. Terrible quality and content. I feel bad for parents nowadays. You have to be able to explain the birds and the bees and the bees, the birds and the birds that used to be bees, the bees that used to be birds, the birds that look like bees, plus bees that look like birds but still got a stinger. What? Okay. Here is the thing. Why do we say the birds and the bees? That is the stupidest thing. Yes, it sounds kind of cute, but no, it's not that difficult to explain. There's men, there's women, there's in between. The sex you were born as does not determine exactly who you are between those kind of things. You can dress as the other, but still be yourself. You can identify as the other. You can be attracted to the same, the other, or the in-between. It's not that difficult. Not difficult at all. Keep trans men out of women's single-sex spaces. Saw this on the Bird app. She also says pronouns don't exist and is proud to be a term. I love it when people are like, I'll never date a woman with pronouns. That's the point, Karen. You'll never be a real woman. Wow, transphobic much. As a company, we are united that trans rights are human rights. Women's right are human's right. Our support is unwavered for our people, our players, and our LGBTQ plus communities. Women are women. Men are men. So STFU. Jeez. There's so many poop emojis. I was very scared and confused. Unorthodox ally. Our female lion has grown a mane. I know about this! Okay, so basically female lions can grow manes. It's super cool. And it's like, it's because of the lack of male ones or something. Let's just read what it says. Zari, one of our female lions, has developed extra hair growth, giving the appearance of a mane that is typically of male lions. This is usually caused by hormonal changes. The zoo is participating in a study of hormonal changes in female lions to determine the exact cause of this phenomenon. Seen occasionally in female lions in zoos and in the wild. Yes, it was something about something. It was good. There's probably far more science than what I can say. A 6-year-old's gay reading of Ron Weasley. Book. Harry had found a miniature arm under Ron's bed on Boxing Day. Daughter. Oh no, he broke his teeny crumb. Yep, how do you think he was feeling? Sad? Me and maybe jealous? Yeah, because he wanted to take Crumb to the ball but didn't think he could because... Wait, what? Miniature arm. Under... Am I stupid? I feel like I'm stupid. Okay. So I'll just call them it then. By the way, the person on the top was replying to the person on the top. On the bottom was yeah, okay. Not quite their pronouns. Comma. No, not quite. Comma. Their pronouns are he/they, not it. Just thought I'd clarify since you're obviously very confused on the matter at hand. So I'll call them it then. Thanks for clearing it up. You aren't a gender. You're either a man or a woman. I pick option 3. None of the above. You don't get to pick, sorry. You're right. It's not really a choice. It's just a matter of figuring it out. It's whatever you were born. Exactly. I was born neither. I was born a god. My grandpa accidentally affirming my gender identity after I cut my hair. I'm not out to most of my family beside my sister. I'm NB, by the way. Surprise! Oh my gosh, adorable. Thank you. I love it. Thank you, Grunk. I would not even recognize you. Not a girl anymore. You look amazing. Yes, cutting your hair automatically makes you not a girl anymore. Your hair determines your gender. Wait, what was that one? Oh yeah, I saw this one guy on Facebook, and he said that your cells remember your gender. Your cells determine your gender, and I almost cried. Um, Guys, their reading comprehension is so bad they doubled down. Damn, you assuming I'm a guy? Which, oh wait, I don't know how Twitter works. Do I read the top one or the bottom one first? I'm gonna read the bottom one first. You gonna end yourself because I assumed you're a boy, little boy. Stop. Right there. No, absolutely not. You cannot condone. Ah! That is all I have to say. Damn, you assuming that I'm a guy was gender affirming. Thank you. We're allowed to be mad that you hate us for no reason. Seriously, what's your problem? Did a lesbian steal your girlfriend or something? Probably.
11, 13, I don't fuck with 12 and they don't fuck with me. Bitch had guarantee, I know trust her dick for a grand.
Wow. Me going to the principal's office because the trans girl told me to act my age, so I told her to act her gender. She's acting her gender. You should act your age. You should act like a better human being. Well, cope with me being an a-hole. You mad? You will always be little boy. Now go. I think kids these days will admit to that. Kids these days won't admit that transgender men are still biologically men, regardless of what they have cut off, shaved down, or implanted. Okay? This person has a point. My dysphoria is lying to me. Ah, you could just be lying to yourself. Be real with yourself. You a boy boy. What's a boy boy? Okay. My offspring came out as transgender last night. As far as I am concerned, I have no son. And it looks like I'm getting downvoted. Pretty sure that's a good thing on the sub. Some people just can't think straight. 20 bucks, the downvotes are transphobes. You owe me 20 bucks. They're definitely from the woke crowd. I'm the woke crowd. I am out. Congrats, you still owe me 20 bucks. I'll pay you in the state-sanctioned woke notes. What? Yes, it is so obvious, Lamau. How so? And the brow bone, dead giveaway. Any other masculine features? Yep, abnormally huge hands. They look like animal paws. Probably big flippers to match. Thin, dull hair, too, like a man before he starts balding. Ouch! You probably have the trans fam struggle voice, too. Nice try. Pre-transition photo prank on a turf. Thanks for the validation. I'm a trans man, and that's me in high school. I'm especially happy that you said I have huge hands. I always thought they were too small. You are an amazing ally, and as I promised, I will never take estrogen. Good. Pride Month is gay. Really? Never seen a trans person before doesn't necessarily help him, does it? I've never met a trans person in my IRL once in my entire life. Yet on Reddit, they're effing everywhere. Apparently 1.4 million on the whole earth, and every one of them has a Reddit account and somehow manages to coagulate in every thread when summoned. How the hell did that happen? How many of these people are just full of poop and trying to find hiding behind Reddit and anonymity because they can get away with it? This just implies you don't notice it's based on appearance. Congrats on the validation for them, Lamau. Yeah, in my experience, I don't really see trans women that often. Where are you? Please, come find me. I want some trans friends. We can make fun of people. Like, transphobes. I have a lot of trans guy friends. But I want to be there for trans women too, you know? We're family. and I'll kill anyone who wrongs you. Oh, that was a joke for legal purposes. YouTube, please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. Confusion. So someone in my work environment said there were only two girl and boy, me being a gender fluid. I say, hey, those can mean people can be both, right? People can be born with both parts, yes. So you support LGBTQ? No, why would I ever? Visible confusion? Yes. Very visible confusion. He has a vigna, but he is a crazy little dad. A disabled person can't change themselves. They can lie about, but they probably can't hide it. But why should anyone have to hide the things they can't change? It's not their fault, it's your fault. People like you are the reason we need awareness months. They can't feel proud when you shame them for being them. And also, I have a vigna, so when you say I had it earlier, because you can't even spell words correctly. Also, are you trans? It seems like, yeah, a crazy dad in your bio. There's no need to lie. We accept you for whatever your gender identity is. I'm very confused. Very confused. Task failed successfully? Oh, it's too small to read. Damn. There's no such thing as a trans woman. You're just a woman and will never be a real man. By the looks of it, you're not going to fool anyone either. Very pretty woman. Adorable. So cute. Trans men are not women. Trans women are not men. That's how God made us. Share if you're a patriot and you agree. Okay, I don't know what patriarchy has to do with... Oh, patriotism, my bad. I don't know what patriotism has to do with trans people. Birth gay sale? Birth gay sale? That's a 6, by the way. World Press Builder plus US and $69 a year. $99. That's too good. We are angry because you're pretending to be a woman, famously a trans person. Why are transphobes so angry? Sorry for existing and not affecting your life in any way. Trans rights are human rights. Optimus Prime is my hero. Some angry guy. You are a transphobic, me who loves transformers. Okay. Sometimes I wonder if they are trying so hard to be transphobic that they circle back to being an ally, or they are aware of what they're talking about and it's just elaborate sarcasm. Although I don't think you should be banned, not all men can have children. I'm sure you consider yourself some kind of alpha male, but what makes someone a man? Knowing that you are a man without questioning it? So any man who questions that makes him not a man? This is pretty much... Okay. If your son comes out as a trans woman, you don't have a son, you have a daughter. Yes. This supposed to make me mad? No. It's affirming your gender as a Satanist. Isn't this like for the temple, the Satanist something? I'm pretty sure that's like a logo. I wanted to get a card, but it's like $300 and I'm poor. So I'll have to wait till I have the money to officially enroll in the Church of Satan. My dad put this on my car as a prank. I think my rice is non-binary. Thai jasmine rice. What? I don't get it. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, why did I say thigh? I meant tie. Jeez. Ben Shapiro's Twitter right now. What is a woman? Why are their legs all slightly off? A woman is someone who identifies as a woman. Trans men are men in the same sense that someone who inherits a business is a business owner. Yeah, that's how it works. Add trans to take the gay away. Disney is sus now. Why does he not make a lot of series with lesbian, like the Amphibia and the Owl House? Why, Disney? Why? My mind whispered, Disney, you should make Luz a boy, not a girl. You making the audience uncomfortable. Imagine being uncomfortable by two girls being in love. Cisgender men are confused about their gender. What is a cisgender man? Sounds like it's another BS name for a person who's confused about their gender. Really? You guys are confused about your gender too? Well, welcome to the club. You'll never be a girl. Well, semi-correct. I'm gender flux. I'm girl flux. C. Colon. You're just a girl. Wait, so am I a girl or I'll never be a girl? You'll never be a man. I think you're a little confused. At least I know my gender, unlike you, a male, thinking you're different versions of a woman. Transphobia failed. Oh no. Gender flux means my gender identify and it fluctuates, yet stays on the feminine identity side. I mostly fluctuate between demigirl, non-binary, and agender. I rarely ever feel fully feminine or fully a girl. Oh, and I'm AFAB. Cool. That is a way better description of girl flux than anything I've ever found on Google. They meant it as a joke, but they made a great Father's Day gift for trans women. Dad, thank you for teaching me how to be a man, even though I'm your daughter. Dad should teach you what they know. Mom should teach you what they know. Everyone should teach you what they know. It'll just make you a better person. I don't get it. I really don't. I'm gonna need a nap. No. I'm so tired. What the heck is going on with me today? No man will ever become pregnant, son. Frankensteins may exist, but that's not nature. Yep, because trans women are women. They aren't really, but if it makes them feel better, I'll play along unless they demand it. Oh, that's better than nothing. Thank you. Yeah, even if you're just playing along, it's better. Thank you for just pretend you're if you don't support trans people, just pretend it's an acting career and they're going on as an undercover agent, and you have to help them pretend to be that undercover agent. It works. Boom. You don't mention their past. You act as if they were always them. Boom. Mind-blowing. Trans people are just undercover cops. That is a lie. That is not true. Do not... Me saying thanks. The transphobic person says I'll never be a real man. That's the NB flag, by the way. So, non-binary. Yes. 6 sounds like her parents need some more publicity for their girl. I don't care what they identify as, she'll always be a girl no matter when she says. I say her life has been miserable. Okay. Boys can't be girls and girls can't be boys. Nothing will ever change this. I agree, trans girls and trans boys are always girls and boys. Exactly. Transphobia failed. Stupid femboy, you say. Your inability to grasp science is not a valid argument against it. Exactly! Sister of Artemis? Hey, is this person supposed to be transphobic? Because if you're transphobic and your name is Sister of Artemis, I will come personally slap you in the face. Because Artemis supported trans women more than anyone else. Women are getting vasectomies to own the conservatives. That's why being gay is a massive part of their agenda. Slow population growth by promoting homosexuality. It doesn't just stop at that though. Puberty blockers, hormone therapy, top and bottom surgery, the SNP, ECG. Make sure they can't have kids even if they decide to not be gay after a while. Just look at the stir that Roe versus Wade is causing. Women are going out and getting a vasectomy to own conservatives while the media watches in glee and promotes. Okay. What? Alrighty then, buddy. If non-binaries aren't sons or daughters, then what are they? They're your offspring. Your eldest spawn. Or whatever. Allowing trans men to participate in women's sports is simply too unfair. Really? Really? Yeah, okay. Boy, yeah, man is a trans man. Guy, boy. Bro, didn't need to comment it so many times. We get it. You're sad. Your life means nothing. We get it. Trans is the new normal. I don't see why people need pronouns. Are you cis? No, I'm normal, Lamau. Oh, I see. Love how transphobes entirely disregard the existence of FTMs. Luke Pollard, Plymouth's first openly gay MP with Dylan Tippett, the city's first openly trans councillor. That's two men. Really? Really? I had no idea. Of course it's two men. On a post about a school giving girl clothes to a trans girl. I don't care if it's an underground race of mole people. This should now be allowed at my school. I agree. Transition closets for all schools now. Correct. It should be in any school now. Are they agreeing that... What? Absolutely. If your school has a uniform, absolutely. Let trans girls wear the girl uniform. Let trans men wear the men uniform. If people don't understand the terms, why do they talk about this stuff? As a woman, I find your comments extremely offensive. I am a woman, and no trans man will ever replace me or my essence. Your attitude is extremely misogynistic. Check your whatever. Ricky Gervais fan totally gets it. As a woman, probably not very many on this sub, and as a massive something fan, not a noob, I, 1, found the trans jokes kind of funny, and 2, agree with them. I personally don't think that trans men should be allowed in women. Gender identity is a religion in which the person worships himself or rather their fantasy of themselves. They're their own god and thus can create themselves in their own image and can manipulate. Wow, well, we're all gods now. I have a friend who is trans, MTF, and we met when we were in the 2nd grade. Then in the 3rd grade, she became the person she is today. Still friends with her, and our bond is stronger than ever. Boy. Huh? What boy? Cannot change from MTF. Person is male. Correct. If you are trans MTF, you are trans. That can't be changed, and I 100%. What? Guys pretending to be women. Maybe don't make it too obvious you're a dude. LGBTQAI whatever plus activists are like rainbow, unicorns, gay people, sparkles, rainbow, hearts, cunt, heart, rainbow, heart, unicorn, have, sparkle, unicorn, their rainbow, own, heart, purple heart, opinions, heart, sparkles. I think it's supposed to say gay people can't have their own opinions. Not sure why those colors or what this company thinks about the LGBTs. Okay. To what extent would you support making the process to require a gender recognition certificate easier? Aren't you forgetting the wonderful, diverse world out of the West? The Middle East, for example, very tolerant of the 2S LGBTQIA plus community. You will never be a woman. 2S is only in Canada. You will never be a woman. 100% right. Failed transphobia. Lamau, yeah, he isn't a woman. And neither am I. And this video is going to end here because I need a nap, and that is it. Alrighty. See you guys all later. Remember, don't be a jerk. Don't be transphobic. Don't be homophobic. Just be cool. See you around. Bye.